Welcome to the 10-Minute Bible. We're in Mark chapter 5, starting in verse 21. When Jesus had crossed back over in the boat to the other side. Now, Jesus went across one way to get away from the crowds and ended up in the Gadarenes and cast out the legion of demons, and now he's going back across to another side. Could be directly across. It doesn't quite say exactly where across, but he crosses the lake again. Behold, one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name, came, and seeing him, fell at his feet and begged him much, saying, "My daughter is at the point of death. Please come lay your hands on her that she may be healthy and live." Look, if you have a daughter with a health problem, you are going to be begging Jesus to come down and do whatever he can. Whether you believe he's the Messiah or not, I know you've healed people. Please come heal my daughter. I mean, can you just imagine the immense joy to know that there's somebody who can do it, and Jesus is the one. And so he goes and finds him. Now remember, it's not like Jesus tweeted, "I'm back on my way across the lake, people. See you in a few." No. These people have to be searching and, hey, have you seen where Jesus is? Oh, he went across the lake. Well, no, there's a boat there. Maybe that's him. And, this sort of thing. Jesus went with him, and a great multitude followed, and they pressed him on all sides. Okay, back with the crowds again. So, he's going to Jairus' house, going to heal him. In the meantime, verse 25, a certain woman who had a discharge of blood for 12 years and had suffered many things by physicians, having spent all she had and was no better, but rather grew worse, having heard the things concerning Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd and touched his clothes. Again, you're going to do whatever it takes to be healed. I don't know if you've ever had chronic health problems. I have. Ever since I nearly died 10 years ago, we've had something wrong the whole time. And it's just like, man, could I get some relief? And some days you don't know if you're going to make it. And you've seen doctors, oh, yeah, you're fine, when you're not fine. And all these sort of things happen with this. But what if you heard that, there's this guy over there, and if you can see him, he'll heal you. You have to work your way through the crowds, but he heals a lot of people. You would go. You would drop everything you could to go. And this woman had been bleeding for 12 years. Not only that, the doctors she had seen made everything worse. Whether they gave her, the things that they did to her made her worse in that same symptom, or she suffered because of their treatments. Whatever the reason, she's worse off from seeing all the doctors and not better. And so now she finally goes and sees Jesus, and the crowd's there, and maybe she had planned on talking to him but got squeezed out and all she could do was reach a hand through, or maybe she just didn't want to bother him, and so she's just going to touch it. Verse 29, for she said, verse 28, "If I just touch his clothes, I will be made well." And immediately the flow of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of her affliction. Immediate. Just touched the fringe of the garment, immediately healed. Wow. That's power, people. Jesus has power. He didn't have to say an incantation. People around probably didn't even see her touch his garment, but he knew and she knew, immediately healed. Immediately, Jesus, perceiving in himself that power had gone out from him, turned around the crowd and asked, "Who touched my clothes?" Rhetorical. Jesus knew exactly who it was. He's giving her the opportunity to share. This is the God of the universe. He's not surprised that this lady touched his clothes. He's in the right spot, right time. She's there. He feels the power go out, knows it's been done. He looked around to see her who had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what had been done to her, came and fell down before him, told him all the truth. Can you imagine her? Oh, shoot, he caught me. And just bowing down. "Thank you, sir. This is what's been happening. I've been bleeding for 12 years. I've been unclean." He said, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be cured of your disease." Forgiveness and love right there. Hey, it's over, sister. It's over. What a miracle. Amazing. Could you imagine being that lady? 12 years a slave to this disease, freed. You know what? God still does things like that for those with faith. He still heals. While he was speaking, people came to the synagogue, from the synagogue ruler's house, saying, "Your daughter is dead. Why bother the teacher anymore?" I think it might have been a little frustrating for the Jairus, the synagogue leader. Man, if all these people had not been distracting Jesus, he would have got there in time and been able to do something. Hey, if this lady hadn't touched him and for him to stop and deal with her, so frustrating. He's got to be looking at his watch. Can't we pick it up, Jesus? My daughter is dying. And then he gets the bad news. Jairus, she didn't make it. Ooh, so hard. Don't bother this teacher anymore. She's gone. But Jesus, when he heard the message spoken, immediately said to the ruler of the synagogue, "Don't be afraid and only believe." I could break you on the spot, but now Jesus is saying, don't be afraid. Only believe. Like, what is he saying exactly? Your daughter's going to be fine if you believe in me. Could you do it? Could I do it? Yikes. He allowed no one to follow him except Peter, James, and John, the brother of James. He came to the synagogue's ruler's house and saw an uproar, weeping and great wailing. Yeah, she's dead. People are upset. The family knows she's gone. When he entered in, he said, "Why do you make an uproar and weep? The child is not dead, but asleep." Who's this guy? Why is he crazy? They ridiculed him. But he, after putting them all out, took the father of the child, her mother, and those who were with him, and went in where the child was laying. Taking the child by the hand, he said to her, "Talitha kumi," which means, being interpreted, "Girl, I tell you, get up." That's all you're going to do, Jesus? Touch her hand and say, "Girl, get up"? She's dead. She can't hear you. Don't you need to pray to God? Don't you need to, do a rain dance? Don't you need to, touch her head and mutter an incantation? Nope. God is the God of the universe, so powerful. He can speak to the dead and they raise. Immediately the girl rose up and walked, for she was 12 years old. They were amazed with great amazement. He strictly ordered them that no one should know about this and commanded that something should be given to her to eat. Again, Jesus is always humble when he does this. He's not calling attention to himself. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Yeah. I mean, this is the God of the universe. He can still do it. If we have the faith, if we're praying to him, if we're coming to him with our difficulties, our worries, our fears, the trials of life, if we go to him, he can do things in your life. He can move things if you believe. Well, thanks for joining us here in Mark. Loving the book so far, but we're cruising right along. We'll see you next time.